Okay, next on the agenda is discussion and possible action regarding the forensic audit of the village financials. Of course, the water department. For, I would say, the last 4 years, I've been speaking of forensic audit, and I still think we need a forensic audit. Over in the water department, we have found several mishaps as it relates to money. We found cash in bins as we go through paperwork or envelopes. We've also found inaccuracy as it relates to vehicle stickers. I'll give you an example. If you come in and you purchase ticket 83, sticker 83, and then say someone else comes in, and then they're gonna give them ticket 83, but yet that person paid cash, they pockets the money. This is my assumption of what's going on, but I'm just telling you it's happening. I'm just giving examples so you guys can follow me.
Thank you for that example. Yeah, we can follow you on how you stole all that money from the water department. Welcome back to the Dolton Chronicles. In this episode, we gotta talk about that dirty, low-down super mayor and how she got her grubby, chitlin' grease-covered hands on all that cash down at the water department. We'll dig back into the archives and check out exactly how she pulled this off. As usual, this dummy led us straight to the evidence. So let's jump on in and see what happened. Enjoy the show. All right, guys, welcome back to the show. This is Carlton Flowers with the Go Political channel, and the Dolton Chronicles continues. Oh, yeah. So here we are on episode 4, digging back to the archives and taking a closer look at this whole issue, this scam that was going down, centered around the water bills and people paying cash at the water department. And we're gonna look and see how Tiffany discovers this method of making money. And she comes out at first and talks like she's gonna bust it out, and then the light bulb comes on in her head, and you are gonna crack up when you see how quickly she sweeps it all back under the rug so she can take over and do that scam herself. And we're going to look at some other scams that she uncovered and then did the same thing where she implements those same tactics while she is the stupor mayor. All right, so let's jump back into that meeting and hear what Trustee Tammy Brown and the others have to say about this forensic audit that Tiffany herself brought this up. She's the one that uncovered it. But let's go back to the meeting and see where she exposes it, and then we'll show you how she sweeps it under the rug. Cut to the clip.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next on the agenda is discussion and possible action regarding the forensic audit of the village financials. Of course, the water department. For, I would say, the last 4 years, I've been speaking of forensic audit, and I still think we need a forensic audit. Over in the water department, we have found several mishaps as it relates to money. We found cash in bins as we go through paperwork or envelopes. We've also found inaccuracy as it relates to vehicle stickers. I'll give you an example. If you come in and you purchase ticket 83, sticker 83, and then say someone else comes in, and then they're gonna give them ticket 83, but yet that person paid cash, they pockets the money. This is my assumption of what's going on, but I'm just telling you it's happening. I'm just giving examples so you guys can follow me. And then, but in the system, they got you down as 83 for one, and then the other person is in the system for 83 as well. but on your vehicle, it's showing you really have ticket number 1. So we have a lot of different issues going over there in the water department that needs addressed. And I'm just putting it out there so you guys know what's going on, and that we do look into having a forensic auditor come in. I did reach out to several different companies. You will be getting something via consent agenda because they didn't give me anything for this agenda for a vote. I know currently Cayman City has someone that I think we probably should use. And there's 2 other companies that we went after, and they pay a monthly fee, meaning their city, to the forensic audit person. And they have been in their water department going over different stuff. So it's not really expensive as we thought it would be. It's affordable and attainable. So I am asking the board to support that when that do come up. This right here is just an overview of what's going on over in the water department. So you guys know when you see forensic audit, which I hope and pray the entire board is still in favor of. Any discussion or questions before I move on to the next agenda item?
So, Super Sleuth Tiffany has uncovered how the stealing was going on during the previous administration. And since people are paying cash at the payment center, well, this presents a clear opportunity for embezzlement. Apparently, there were employees and possibly elected officials who were taking advantage of the situation. They were collecting cash for bills, which was clearly against the rules, and then splitting it up and cooking the books to cover their tracks. She also uncovered the same method of stealing going on not only in the water bill area, but also with the purchasing of the vehicle stickers. So she mentioned that all the payments for the village, including the vehicle stickers, fines, taxes, the water bill, whatever, they all go through the same payment system. So this makes it even more of a magnet for criminal activity. Now we're going to break this all down and expose something that will shock you. It's going to be good. But before I do, let me educate y'all on a psychological term that we call a tell. In the field of psychology, there is a term often used that we call a tell. Okay, so a tell refers to subtle, often involuntary behavioral cues that can reveal a person's true emotions or intentions. So these cues could be physical, such as changes in body language or facial expression or gestures, or they can be verbal, such as variations in speech patterns or words of choice. All right, now I'm going to give you 4 tells that are often used in psychology. The first tell is body language. Changes in posture, eye movements, or hand gestures can indicate nervousness, deceit, or other emotions. For example, avoiding eye contact or fidgeting can be signs of discomfort or dishonesty. Who do you know that does that during board meetings? Number 2, we have facial expressions. Microexpressions, which are brief, involuntary facial expressions, can reveal true emotions, even when someone is lying and trying to hide them. These expressions can last for just a fraction of a second, but it can be very telling. Number 3, we have speech patterns. Variations in tone, speed, and pitch of speech can indicate stress or deception. For instance, a person might speak more quickly or with a higher pitch when they are nervous or lying. The 4th tell would happen to be physiological responses. Involuntary physiological responses such as sweating, blushing, or changes in breathing rate can also serve as tells. These responses are often difficult to control and can provide clues about a person's emotional state. Now, let me ask you this question. What is the best application of studying these psychological tells? Well, it just happens to be in lie detection. That's right. We could use these things to be able to tell when people are lying. And in this case, we're going to break down and study the tells and show you how we know Tiffany is lying and covering up her true intentions. All right, guys. Now that you have been properly trained on what to look for, we're going to put you to work. So put on your detective hats and let's play this first clip, and I want you to tell me what the tell is. Study this clip and we'll come right back to it.
For, I would say, the last 4 years, I've been speaking of forensic audit, and I still think we need a forensic audit.
Did you catch that? Was it obvious to you? Now, for those of you who didn't catch it, let's play it one more time.
For, I would say, the last 4 years, I've been speaking of...
Did you catch it? Did you catch it? Why was she laughing? What's funny about a forensic audit and people stealing? Didn't that seem like it was more of a nervous laugh? It didn't match her whole tone and her whole mood of what we have seen up until this point in the meeting. Let's go on to another clip. Here's the second one. Let's play the clip, and you, detectives, let me know what the tell is. Here we go. Cut to the clip.
A lot of different issues going over there in the water department that needs addressed, and I'm just putting it out there so you guys know what's going on and that we do look into having a forensic auditor come in. I did reach out to several different companies. You will be getting something via consent agenda because they didn't give me anything for this agenda for a vote. I know currently Cayman City has someone that I think we probably should use. And there's 2 other companies that we went after. And they pay a monthly fee, meaning their city, to the forensic audit person. And they have been in their water department going over different stuff. So it's not really expensive as we thought it would be. It's affordable and attainable. So I am asking the board to support that when that do come up. This right here is just an overview of what's going on over in the water department.
All right, guys, let's see how well you did. Now, this was a longer clip, a little bit more advanced, but let's see how many tells you picked up on. While I tell you, I'm gonna tell you. Shout out to Nessie Michonne. I'm gonna tell you what I picked up on. I picked up on a lot of pauses, nervous stutters, nervous laughing, and strange head tilts like this, and eyes going half-mast. Did you pick up on that? All of these tells were letting me know that she has a crooked deal hiding behind the scenes with whomever it is, this contractor, forensic contractor that she wants to hire. What? So now let's score how well you picked up on those details. We're going to replay the clip, but this time with my annotations. Then we'll go to the last clip. So let's cut to clip 2 again with annotations. Here we go.
A lot of different issues going over there in the water department that needs addressed. And I'm just putting it out there so you guys know what's going on and that we do look into having a forensic auditor come in. I did reach out to several different companies. You will be getting something via consent agenda because they didn't give me anything for this agenda for a vote. I know currently Cayman City has someone that I think we probably should use. And there's 2 other companies that we went after. And they pay a monthly fee, meaning their city, to the forensic audit person. And they have been in their water department going over different stuff. So it's not really expensive as we thought it would be. It's affordable and attainable. So I am asking the board to support that when that do come up. This right here is just an overview of what's going on over in the water department.
Pretty crazy. So how'd you do? How many of the tells did you pick up on? Did you notice when the eyes went up and to the left? Look more into that one. There's a few psychological things that go along with that mannerism. All right, well, let's go to the third and final clip. This will be your last test to see how good you are on picking up on when Tiffany is lying or hiding a dirty little secret. And then at the end of this episode, we're going to show you the most ridiculous clip. You won't believe what she had to say in the next meeting when she covers all of this up, because she fully launched her plan to take over this little theft ring. All right, let's cut to clip number 3.
Any discussion or questions before I move on to the next agenda item?
Okay, I have a question. If there was cash found, that cash had to be from some time ago. We have not taken cash in 2 years. Unless we have workers that are still taking cash and not supposed to be taking cash.
Correct.
So we have a problem. If they're still taking cash and we voted 2 years ago not to take cash, we definitely have a problem in the water department.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm asking for the forensic audit.
All right, gang. How did you do on this last clip? I threw you for a loop. So on this one, the clues you were supposed to pick up on were happening while she was not talking. Rather, these reactions were going on while Tammy Brown was talking. So here's what I noticed, and you can go back and watch this. Just rewind it and watch the clip again. I don't need to give you the annotations. First of all, when Tammy starts talking, she hunches and starts to lean forward. And then the eye blinks are slow. And then she starts nodding the head, then a slow nod of agreement, and then cracks a smile like, oops, busted, and then nodding in agreement while correcting her, even though she's agreeing, instead of what she normally does, disagree and bash. So compare these facial expressions to when she is slapping the trustees around and bashing them, and it's plainly obvious that she already has somebody lined up to do this forensic audit so they can turn up nothing. And whatever amount of money that is going to be charged monthly from this company, she's probably going to get a kickback from that. Go back and watch the clips again and pay attention to that little part if you missed it. All right, let's get to the last clip. This, guys, holy smokes, this is crazy. So here's how we're going to end it all, where we get to the next meeting. I think it was a couple weeks later. And here's what she has to say whenever she was asked about the forensic audit by somebody. I believe it was a resident in the chat. And you will not believe this ridiculous answer that she gives. Cut to the clip.
I think this is a prior administration question, but someone has asked it a few times. It's concerning cash found in the water department. Was it placed into an account? If so, what account? How much cash was discovered?
That was a question as related to money found at the village. Was that the question?
That's a prior administration question. Yeah.
Okay, so basically lately they've been cleaning up things over in Village Hall. I was told that they found, it was $20. It wasn't nothing major, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I thought it was cash and they said it was a check.
What?
So that's where we are.
Okay.
So after she's fussing about forensic audit for 4 entire years, that's what she said, and after uncovering all of this evidence that she mentions, after giving example after example of how they were embezzling cash with exact specificity. And after pitching the trustees month after month on why they need to hire a forensic auditor to come in, reaching out to several companies, and now she just says, oh, there wasn't any money found. It was just a $20 check. Oh my goodness, this is the dumbest criminal in the history of planet Earth. I just can't believe it. Leaving a trail of evidence all over the internet archives. But I tell you what, at least it's entertainment for us. I cannot believe that the trustees' residence, that nobody in the last 4 years could pick up on all these obvious tells to know that she doesn't do anything but tell lies. Well, I hope you learned something today, something new. I hope I sharpened your investigative skills. And I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Dolton Chronicles. I sure did. And I'm already working hard on the next one. And as a matter of fact, a shout out to Mara Gabriella for all of her assistance, helping me to dig through hours and hours and hours of these video archives so we can bring this entertainment to you. Check out Mara's channel. I will be putting a link to Judge Petty, that's the name of her channel, below. Well, thanks for being here, guys. So glad to have you. We'll have another one coming your way before you even know it. This is Carlton, and I am out.